What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, I have my dog in here with me today. And so if he coughs or something like that, he's not feeling too good. I don't think he's not throwing up, but just wanted to be with me just in case he does. But so I just got home from work. I'm tired, but I wanted to make this video. I want to talk about some key things, as you can tell from the title, some things that'll probably happen during the Rams game this Saturday. But I decided to wear my Cowboys hat to work today. This is my old one. As you can see, it's kind of dirty. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's kind of dirty. Got cement on it today. That's okay. That's my work hat. But we're going into the divisional round, guys. How about them Cowboys? So, some things that'll probably happen during the Rams and Cowboys game. I want to talk about the Rams to start off with, and I'm going to talk about the Cowboys. Not like necessarily like plays or like injuries or so on and so forth, but some things that'll probably happen. So for the last few weeks in the regular season, the Rams have been going through kind of a slump. They did okay the last two games that they did before the playoffs happened, and they started picking up a little bit of momentum. But still, they haven't been looking like they did earlier in the season. Now, their head coach, I believe it's Sean McVay, something like that. He is one of my favorite coaches, even though he doesn't play for the Cowboys. He's young. He's super smart. He knows the game very well. He's like a younger Bill Belichick is how I see him. And Jared Goff is like a younger Tom Brady in a sense. I don't want to say this like he is the next Tom Brady. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he plays similar to Tom Brady in the sense that he's very smart. He knows where to throw the ball. He can read defenses like a book. He knows defenses very well. And he and Dak, I believe they got drafted in the same year, if I'm remembering this correctly. And I think he was either a first or second round pick. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me, but I'm thinking that's what it was. So anyway, the Rams, the Rams are the type of players where if their run game isn't happening, if their run game isn't producing, they're not scared to just drop it almost completely and just start throwing the rock all over the field. And so we need to be aware of that. The Cowboys need to be aware of that because they need to stop the run. They need to stop Todd Gurley right out of the gate if he even plays. I know that he's hurt. He had like a knee injury or something like that happen. So they need to stop the run, and they need to just hold Todd Gurley like they did the Seahawks. So the Seahawks were the number one rushing team in the league, and we stopped them for 70-something yards, guys. That's incredible. 76 yards. And I'm not scared of the Rams passing game. Like, I'm not confident in our defense, in our passing defense, but I'm not necessarily scared of their running game. And here's why. Because we have some of the best cornerbacks. We have the best cornerback this year on our team, and we have some really good safeties, and we have some great linebackers who, if they play like we do, if they're going to dink it over the middle of the field, our linebackers are going to get there and just stuff them. So if we can keep the same momentum on defense, this next game that we did, the last game against the Seahawks, we should be okay. Now, as far as the Rams' defense goes, they're not great against the rush. So if we can get Elliott moving, we can get him rolling better than we did against the Seahawks, we're going to be fine because they have, what's his name, Aaron Donald, I think. Aaron Donald, I don't know. The dude on the Rams end, if we can, he's going to go up against Tyron Smith, I believe. So if we can get him stopped and stop him, and we can stop Ndamukong Suh very early and just crush their fight in them, we're gonna be fine because we have a good O-line on the ends. And we have Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, and Zach Martin, and then I'm hoping Suafilo comes back. Now, in all honesty, Connor Williams didn't play bad. He missed one stunt, and against the Seahawks, where that dude just came in and blasted Dak Prescott. So if he's playing, he and Tyron need to communicate a lot better than they have been. He's a very raw rookie this year, and with this next off season, hopefully after Super Bowl, hopefully we can get there. And this next off season, he and Tyron need to communicate, need to get that rapport with each other better than what they did this year. And so anyway, moving on. If we can stop these guys, those two guys, we should be fine. I think they're 23rd, 24th against the rush. So if we can stop them, or if we can, open up lanes for Zeke and keep them at bay so that Dak can dance in the pocket or roll out, we should be fine. Other than that, their defense is kind of suspect. They're not one-dimensional like the Bears are, where the Bears were just straight defense and very little offense. But if we can expose that and use that to our advantage, we should be okay. And I'm hoping it doesn't come down to a fourth quarter comeback. I'm tired of watching that. I'm tired of getting stressed out and ripping my hair out, ripping my beard, and getting frustrated. If we can expose that and use that to our advantage and play well against their passing game and just stop their running game completely, we have a real shot at winning this. Now, on the Cowboys side, our defense against their offense is going to be a matchup of the ages. Now, I'm going to get to this in just a second, but our defense against their offense is one for the ages, because we have, in my opinion, we have a top 3 defense, not just a top 5. We have a top 3 defense. And I believe we have the best defense in the playoffs right now, since the Bears and the Ravens were both gone. And if we can keep our defense, like I said, if we can keep them rolling, keep them moving, we have a real shot at this game, guys. Now, on the other side of the ball, on the offensive side, I said this earlier, if we can get Zeke rolling, we're going to be fine. We're just going to run it down their throat. We're going to control the clock. And like I've always said, if you control the clock, you control how the game works. Because if you can keep our defense rested and keep their offense on the sideline and get them cold and not warmed up and get them unwarm, I guess you could say, then our defense has a shot at just stuffing them, 3 and out. We get the ball back. Our offense goes down the field and scores again. The red zone is where I'm going to be a bit nervous about. We've had some issues. We have had a lot of issues this past season with red zone offense, with our red zone offense. And it's really because they're expecting us to give the ball to Zeke, to just jam it down their throat and get it in the end zone. And something goes on in Scott Linehan and Dak Prescott's mind where they're like, okay, they're expecting it, so we have to throw the ball. No, you don't have to throw the ball. There's a reason why they're expecting it for us to give it to Zeke, and it's because we should give it to Zeke. We should give it to Ezekiel Elliott, because if we can get the ball to him and he can just run it up the middle, because Zeke is a run it up the gut type runner. He's not a sweep out around the line and run it in type runner. He can do that, but he's better at just jamming it down their throat and running it up the gut, running through lanes, versus escaping around the side and running it to the house that way. He's not like the other running backs in the league. There's a reason why he's the leading rusher, and it's because his way works. So with our red zone, if we can just give the ball to Zeke, run it up the gut, and 3 points is better than no points, but obviously we want to get those 7. And it's just, our red zone offense we need to work on our red zone offense a lot more before this next game, because this team had a bye for a reason. They are very, very good. So it's gonna come down, in my opinion, to a red zone scoring offense. And now our passing game for these past few weeks has gotten up there. Obviously, with the addition of Amari Cooper, it's gotten a lot better than it did earlier this season, where we had just a slew of number 2s and number 3s. We didn't have that number 1 guy. Obviously, they're going to scheme to double and triple team Amari Cooper, where we are going to have to, we can get the ball to him, but we're going to have to utilize Michael Gallup, Blake Jarwin, Taywon Austin, Cole Beasley, and I would say Alan Hearns. God bless that guy. Speed recovery to him. Prayers to him, guys. And prayers for him, not to him. Prayers for him, and good thoughts out for him too. If you're not a praying person. But anyway, yeah. So if we can get our passing game going, we should be okay. If we can keep Zeke running the ball, keeping him moving, double fisting the spoons, whatever, and not solely rely on our passing game to win us the game, but use that as like, okay, you're expecting us to run, well, here's a pass in your face and get the ball to the house. And also our kicker. I don't want to have a loss like the Bears did. I don't want the kicking game to be the thing that makes us lose. So, and I don't know what it is about, I'm having a brain fart, I forgot his name. I don't know what it is with our kicker, but for some reason he seems more accurate at like 40 yards and more versus 35 and under. I don't know why. I don't understand it. I do not like him as our kicker, but it is what it is. Dan Bailey, the thing with kickers is once they lose their confidence, they're not getting it back. And I said that in my video about Dan Bailey. Once kickers lose their confidence, they're not getting it back, or it's very, very hard for them to get it back. So it's one of those things where I don't want to have to just kick field goals and hope that we win that way. But I also, if we have to kick a field goal, I want to know he's going to make it every single time. So those are just a couple of things for me. And also, this is going to be like a home game for us. I just have a feeling because they haven't established their fan base. The Rams haven't in Los Angeles yet. They were there years ago. Then they went back to St. Louis. They still had their fans there, but the Cowboys practice in Oxnard all the time, and so we have an established fan base there. There's Cowboy fans everywhere out there in Los Angeles and Oxnard and San Diego and all over the place down there. So I have a feeling that you're gonna see more Cowboy fans than you will Rams fans there, and it'll be like another home game for us, which we've been great at home. I think we won 7-1 at home, which is crazy. For the Cowboys anyway, how the season started. So if we can have an established fan base out there in Los Angeles against the Rams, we're going to get more hyped. We're going to keep that momentum going, and we could win this game and finally make it into the NFC Championship again. So let's hope and pray, guys. I had the Cowboys winning this game, by the way. I'm going to do my divisional round picks either tonight or tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do it with my dad again. I did it with my dad the last time for the wild card. I believe I went 2-2, and he went 3-1. So, yep. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. So let me know what you guys think, how this game's going to go. I have the Cowboys winning. I'm not going to say a score quite yet. I'm not going to do that until we get closer to the game itself. So look for that. And look for the divisional round picks. And that's all I have for today, guys. So stay Cowboyed up, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Go Cowboys. Peace.